Hello everybody, my name is Nairi. I've had trigeminal neuralgia for a few years now. Check out my first video for my story. So what I wanted to share with you is remission, stability, what does that look like? I know I've had questions before about if you are stable, does that mean, you don't really have any pain? I guess if you said you were in remission, you would be sitting here saying, well, I'm not in any pain. And I guess if you've had some sort of surgery to help you with that, you may well be able to sit here and say, I'm not in any pain. So I just wanted to share my recent experiences with you. I haven't had a pain flare up or a day where I've thought, oh, I think this could be TN. I would say for a good few weeks. If I think a few weeks ago, I think I had a few sort of stabbing pains in my temple and thought, oh yes, I think I know what this is. Okay, so what happens is when you're stable, you sometimes forget you have it. I don't forget I have it when I struggle to get out of bed in the morning because I'm on my medication. I don't forget to have it when I'm taking my medication. I remember I have it. But sometimes you question, do I need the medication? Could I just come off? Am I going to be okay? And so I just want to share with you what happened recently. I woke up in the morning and I said to my husband, I've got a really bad stabbing pain in my ear. I hope I don't have an ear infection. Which ear was it? The TN side. That should have been my first indication. It probably wasn't. And I could feel myself sort of swallowing. And if you've got an ear infection, you sort of swallow and see if you can feel anything in there. I could feel a little bit of crackling almost, but nothing much. And then a few hours later, it just went. He said, how's your ear? I said, yeah, it's gone. And I thought, well, again, weird. And before I actually got TN diagnosed, before I actually started to get major flare-ups with TN and everything went downhill, for a good few years I had ear pain in that ear. Just stabbing pains would happen. If we'd go out for a walk in fresh air but it was a bit chilly, stabbing pains would happen. And I just thought that was me. I just thought that was the way that I was. So yeah, a few weeks back, stabbing pain in my ear and nothing. And actually it's really good I'm making a video because I can feel at the moment I have TN pain. And what happens is that when you are stable and you've had it for a few years, you tend to have periods of time where you don't have anything happen, so you do forget you've got it. And then when you do start getting it, you start to kind of forget what you used to do to help yourself. So at the moment then I've got a little bit of pain going down here, and I've definitely got an uncomfortableness in my ear, and I've been getting what I thought was quite a bad headache, but actually it's TN pain. And the reason I know the difference, one, because it's all on this side, nothing is happening over here, and two, because of the type of pain it is. When I think about it, it's not like a normal aching headache. There is a stabbing element to it. Now you might be saying, well, how comes you're talking to us right now, Nairi? Well, that is because the flare-ups that I get now are nothing like what I had. Nothing like what I have, and God willing we'll never get to that level because I'm on medication. But what am I going to do about the fact that I think I'm having a mini flare-up? Can I think about any triggers? Well, there's two things I need to consider. One is I went on new medication about 10 days ago, so I need to keep an eye on that. Believe it or not, I have restless leg syndrome, but restless leg syndrome keeps me awake for hours at night. It doesn't give me excruciating pain. So if I had to choose, I would go without sleep and come off the new tablets. So I just need to be sure that it's not them. I was told that they won't cause me a problem, but you never know, do you? So need to keep an eye on that. And the other thing is just TN. Sometimes TN just happens. Trigeminal neuralgia just happens and you don't know why. And so it's happening. I mean, the other thing is a little bit more pressure starting to homeschool one of my sons who's a teenager who we've had to take out of school, just couldn't keep him there any longer. So we've had the upset of that and the dynamic of the house changing, and dare I say it, much less time on my own because my husband does his bit, but I'm probably doing the lion's share of the thinking around my son who has additional needs. So that's changed things. It's meant I've been going out more, which sounds lovely, but if you've got trigeminal neuralgia, not necessarily. So I've done a little bit more kind of going out in the cold, doing, not really walking, I must admit, but more being out and about, doing more, having to think more for him and do more. Okay, so less downtime for me, less quiet time for me. And if I'm honest, that's probably the biggest thing that I would think could be the trigger to this. So what am I going to do? Am I going to ignore it? Definitely not. Am I going to just wind back as much as I need to? Yes. Is that going to be hard? Really hard, because I don't get flare-ups like this very often. So it means kind of thinking back to the things I used to do when I was in a really bad way, and that will probably be my crafting quietly. It'll probably be laying around a bit more, watching a bit more telly, sort of reading, going on my phone. It will be things which don't mean me moving around a lot and moving my head around a lot. And so with that, I don't want to make this a long video because of this, and I would encourage you to look back at my story, look back at some of the videos if you think you have TN, and even if you know you have TN, if you've not found me, if you've got chronic pain, I'm sure the videos will help you as well, even if you have another condition. And I look forward to seeing you on Let's Face It Together. Thank you.